Hi, this is a very different video than what you're used to on this channel. Obviously, there have been some extenuating circumstances that have taken place this week. I definitely echo what a lot of people online have been saying, in that something in me has changed or shifted. And I don't know yet what it is, but I do know that it is time to take a stand against this sort of evil, vile behavior. And the only way I can think to do that, the only platform I have is what, like 600 people who watch this channel and maybe who have subscribed to this channel, but then there's only like probably 5 that watch the channel consistently. The only way I could think to take a stand is to take a stand against pop culture icon Stephen King. The reason I'm picking him out of all people um, is because he clearly cares about this new movie he has coming out, The Long Walk, a movie that I've wanted to see. I liked the book, and I really wanted to watch this movie. I love the director, um, but I cannot go see it. I will not go see it. And I'm not one of those people that boycotts Target because they sell gay pride stuff. Like I'm not a boycotter. However, I believe in justice. The reason I will not be watching The Stand or the Derry TV show that's going to be airing on HBO Max next month is because of the horrible things that Stephen King, has said about Charlie Kirk. His first post on Twitter was, "The motivation of the man who shot Charlie Kirk isn't clear, although he's probably mentally unstable. Duh. What is clear is it was another example of American gun violence." So he immediately went to make it political. I'm not here to say which side is right. I'm not here to say which side is wrong. Right and left, that's not part of the conversation. But what I am saying is I'm tired of people taking the platform of a martyr or a death of school children or just somebody practicing his First Amendment rights and turning it into an agenda. We all know about Irina Zaruska. That was not a gun. That was a knife, a small pocket knife by the looks of it. People are still dying, no matter what kind of laws you have in place. And Stephen King himself even insists that, yes, it is mental illness. So then why aren't we funding hospitals to help treat these people? Another one, Stephen King quotes Elizabeth Warren, "Oh, please, why don't you start with the president of the United States and every ugly meme he's posted and every ugly word?" This is in reference to Democrats having to tone down their evil rhetoric. I agree. Both sides need to stop with the name calling and false labeling everybody who they disagree with. Biden, Trump, Obama, Bush, everybody needs to stop because this is what's happening now in our country. Another one, Cash Patel, is what happens when heads of state appoint law enforcement officers based on their political affiliations rather than their practical experience. Well, guess what, Stephen King? You're the one who's continually bringing up the social divide, bringing up Republican versus Democrat. You are the one. You have participated in this rhetoric, in this great divide. It gets worse. King then says that Charlie Kirk advocated stoning gays to death, which clearly he didn't. He was, from what I know, he was referencing the Bible, which is clearly not a law anymore. And if you know anything about religion or history or Jesus Christ, you know that he came to put an end to those Old Testament laws. That is not the case anymore, and there is not a single true believer alive that believes that gay people or homosexuals or trans people should be put to death. We want them to live, and we want them to live rich and full lives. Every one of us. And if you are claiming to be a Christian and you're not saying that and you don't believe that, I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm going to be seeing you in heaven. Another one of Stephen King posing with the poster for The Stand. He really wants people to see this movie. He's got bills to pay, folks. I, for one, am not going to go see it. I've really wanted to. It was on my to-do list this year. I'm not going to see it. I'm not going to talk about it outside of this video. I'm not going to talk about any Stephen King property on my entertainment channel. He does go on to apologize. He says, I apologize for saying Charlie Kirk advocated stoning gays. What he actually demolished was how some people cherry pick biblical passages. And he goes on and puts out a few more apologies. Great. I actually think that's pretty cool of him. But that's not enough for justice. He gets to sit in this ivory tower wherever he lives, continually putting out crap book after crap book year after year. He has, 5 books that are actually worth going back to and reading, which I'm not even going to pass down to my kids now because I don't want them to. That's not enough. Apologizing isn't enough. What about acknowledging his family and his poor kids? All the people that surround him that hurt, that are just dying inside. I didn't see him posting anything about Irina Zardutska. Why not? Because he made it political. A black man killed her, and he doesn't want to talk about that. And yes, it goes both ways. But Stephen King is so outspoken about this that until I see an actual change in him, I'm not saying he has to become a Republican. He just has to become a human being. He has to sympathize with those who are dead, who have died for a good cause. He has to sympathize with family members who are left in the ruins of the wake of a political ideology that he helped stir up. I mentioned there's that Derry show coming out on HBO. I'm a big fan of it. I'll get to that in 1 second, but I'm not going to watch that either. I took it off my watch list. I don't want HBO to know that I'm interested in anything he puts out. I went along with it for so long. I have considered it to be one of my favorite books because I just forget about the last chapter, where if you haven't read it, I don't recommend it. I think it exposes his heart. Like, think of this. Disney puts out disclaimers for Peter Pan and Lady and the Tramp and all this because there were some wrong, racial assertions 50 years ago. And they want to make us known that they want us all to know that, oh, they're so sorry, but hey, we're going to keep benefiting off these properties. Stephen King put something in the last chapter of It that was always deplorable and will hopefully always be deplorable and is completely deplorable today. And I went along with it. No more. I'm not watching those movies anymore. I'm not partaking anything. Why hasn't there been a disclaimer put at the beginning of It? Why hasn't, with all these annotated books, with all these edited projects to get rid of, normalcy, why hasn't Stephen King gone back and taken that chapter out of the book or changed it? Why? Because he's still okay with it. He's still okay with portraying children as just sexual, incestuous beings. And I'm not okay with it anymore. I told myself when I started this channel that I wouldn't get political, but I don't think I have a choice now. And I'm not going to categorize people between right and left. That's something I've seen the right do immediately, by saying, oh, some leftists, all you lefts are hateful. And they're not all hateful. I think a lot of them are misguided. And a lot of people on the right are misguided. I'm going to get a little bit more political on this channel, and I'm not going to apologize for it. So if you don't like that, that's fine. You can unsubscribe. There's only like a few of you, so I'll get back down to 2 subscribers. That's fine. And those are the people that never go onto YouTube. I get it. But I'm not staying quiet anymore. I want to act on this change that is stirring within me. I want us to start separating the art from the artists. I think that's something we should have been doing all along. Because when you get the scumbags out of Hollywood, that leaves room for better, more moral people to take their place who will probably make better movies. So I'm not going to call on you to take a stand against the stand or to boycott whatever. I'm not going to do that. But I just want people to be aware that Stephen King really wants this movie and probably needs this movie to succeed because he hasn't done anything worthwhile since the early 90s. But I don't think an apology is enough anymore. I hope that we have seen the darkest day for a while. hug your kids, hug your wife, and let's all keep moving forward together.
With my soul.